Hey YouTube, Pepper Chronicles here, back with another pepper review. Tonight I'm going to review a pod that my good buddy Papa Fish 428 sent me, Larry. This is what he's calling a Pepper Joe's mystery pod. He doesn't know what this is. He doesn't. I believe he lost the label or something, but it looks a lot different than the other peppers he's growing, and he's not sure what it is. So he's calling it the mystery pod. I've been looking at this thing, and to me it reminds me, at least looks wise, of a pod I reviewed earlier this season called, it was the T. Mutter's Franco 9 pod, and it looks a lot like that as far as size and pod shape and texture. And I believe that that particular pod is an Assam boot crossed with a Red 7 pod. That's what this looks like. I don't know exactly what it is, and just for comparison, he also sent me a Red 7 pot. This is a Red 7 pot, and this is the mystery pod. They have a very similar texture and identical in color. And for comparison, here's a Moruga Satan that I just picked off my plant. The lighting in here doesn't really do it justice, but this is more of a cherry red, where this is more of a brick red. So I'm guessing it's definitely a 7 pot. Don't know if it's a cross, but I'm going to try it out. I do know it's really big and extremely heavy. It's a pretty impressive pod. So we're going to cut her open with my new knife that Papa Fish sent me, and we'll get down to business. Take this stem off of here. Oh, that's a big one. Nice big pod. This little blade, I think, is going to have a hard time cutting through this monster. Yeah. Ooh. Wow, loaded with seeds. Look at that high seed pocket. Loaded with seeds. Man, that's a lot of seeds. And here's the other side that's got a whole bunch more right there. Okay, I'm going to try not to spend too much time getting seeds out of here, because there's so many. I'm not going to have to try and take every single one out. Just this one side of this pod has got a bunch of seeds. Massive amount of seeds. I don't think I've seen this many seeds inside of one pod before. At least not in a super hot. Wow, what a ton of seeds. Just one half, and I got a massive amount of seeds. I think that's all I'm going to worry about. I'm not going to worry about the other half. Okay, here's the one half after I took the seeds out. And here's the other half, intact. It smells very, very floral. That's really the only scent I'm picking up. It's pretty thin-walled too, fairly thin-walled pepper. Sometimes I notice that going back and watching my videos, sometimes oftentimes I'll forget little details, like if it's a thick-walled or a thin-walled pepper, and don't know. There's some oil on that knife blade. It's hard to tell on the silver blades though, but here we go. This is Papa Fish's mystery pod. It's a big one. Let's go. Ooh. Alright. Not terrible tasting. Pretty gardeny, pretty vegetable-y taste. And then, right when I was almost done chewing it, I got this real hard hit of bitter taste. Ooh, rough. But overall, flavor on that's not bad. A lot of seeds in there. Whew. Heat's mostly on the tongue. On the top of the tongue, in the very front, and down along the lower gum line, spreading throughout the rest of the mouth. Starting to feel it creep to the back of the throat too. Flavor is lingering, and unfortunately, it's that bitter flavor that's lingering. All the pleasant, any good parts of the good flavor that was in the pod is gone. As now I just taste bitter and chemical capsaicin and a lot of heat. Pretty good mouth burn. Just all over. It's really just my cheeks, my whole mouth. Usually I'll eat a pepper and it'll center on one spot of the mouth or the other, or one spot of the tongue, or one spot of the throat. This is pretty well all over, but stingy at the front of the tongue, but all over mouth burn, all over throat burn. And every time I try to do a video, I close my office door and my cat opens the door because he has to see what's going on. But now it's really hitting the throat. Pretty hot pod. I'm trying to remember if it tasted similar to that Reggae Franco 9 pod that I did. I remember I didn't too much care for the flavor of that particular pod. Oh, it's definitely hot though. It's really getting the throat now. It's a throat killer. Man. Not quite to panic mode, but it's really burning off. It's really hitting hard, and the flavor, that bitter flavor, is lingering. It's don't like the bitterness. Now I'm starting to feel it down in the gut. Yep. Don't know exactly what that was, but it is insanely hot. I'll probably do this pod next. This is the regular Red 7 pot that Papa sent me, and see if it tastes similar. If it's the same, got the same type of burn. I think we're starting to peak. My eyes are definitely watering. Pretty good throat burn on that, man. That's no fun. It really hurts the throat. Very stingy in one spot on my throat. It's really stingy. Thought it had peaked, but I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I don't know. Just when I said I thought it peaked, it seemed like it got worse on the throat. So we'll let it sit for a little bit. See how much more damage it does. That's a hot pod, Larry. Yeah, it's hurting me more than that brown Moruga did the other night. I really feel it in the gut too, big time. What an intense burn, man. That's not good. Well, now I'm pretty sure that it's peaked. It's very, very hot. That was a big pod.
Ooh. I think it's time to go try to get some relief, man. That's insane hot. Yep, I'm hoping I prepped well enough for that because the gut's not feeling good right now. I'm going to cut this short. You all take it easy. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.